Good day, everyone. My name is Nazia Sayed. I'm from UWC. In this section of the training, I'll be taking you through the migration questions. These questions form part of the household questionnaire. Please use this recording along with your training notes, and please also make a note of any questions you have as you go through the training, and make a note of anything if anything is unclear to you. Let's first start at looking at the questions being asked. The question in this section is about migration. Migration means the movement of people from one area to another area. We are asking these questions here to understand where people have moved to in their lives. So who will be asked these questions? Every selected person in the household, an adult, elderly, child, and infant, needs to answer the migration questions. These migration questions must be completed for a maximum of 4 people, an adult, elderly, child, and infant in the household. The parent or guardian or caretaker of children and infants will answer on their behalf. Please note that there are separate questions for the child and infant and for the adult and elderly. We will now look at these two different formats of questions. Let's start off looking at the questions that are directed to children and infants in the household. The first thing you need to do is ensure that the child and infant person number is recorded, so the correct information is linked to the correct information. Then go on to ask the first question on how long the child or infant have lived in the current household or residence, and record the response as indicated. You enter 0 if a child has been living in the current residence less than a year. If not, if it's longer than 1 year, you enter the number of full years completed. You enter 99, don't know. 99 is the option for all questions if the answer is not known by the respondent. After getting this information, you then move on to the 2 questions which are indicated in the green box here. Both these questions have 4 options which you need, 4 responses which you need to record. Let's look at each one. The first is the name of the place or area. You record the response as described by the respondent. So you type in what the respondent says. You may need to prompt them to get the name of a street or road or settlement, village, town, city. The second thing you need to record is the province. You select a response from the options that will be available to you, so you don't need to type it in. The third thing you need to record is the type of area, which is either farm, rural, option 2, town or village, or option 3, city. And the fourth thing you'll need to record is the type of housing. Informal, 1 being 1 for formal, 2 for informal. Informal housing refers to a temporary structure or shack. Now, if the respondent answers no to the second question, then you will end the questionnaire at this stage and not continue asking the questions about list of places. When it comes to list of places, you're not limited to 2, even though just 1 and 2 are written down here. You may enter as many places as the person mentions, but in each case, each place that is mentioned, you need to then also record the other responses on province, type of area, and type of housing. Let's now move on to the questions that are asked of the adult and elderly respondent in the household. Again, ensure that the correct person number is recorded to link the information you collect. The questions in this section are similar to the questions asked in the previous section, except that we ask about the last 5 years. You'll see that ringed here in red for the adult or elderly, whereas we asked about more than 1 year in a place for the infant and children in the previous section. Thank you. This ends the training recording on the migration questions.